It was just 3 days ago, last Tuesday, that 22-year-old Jacob Roberts opened fire at Clackamas Town Center. More than 10,000 people were at the mall this morning as it reopened. Deputies say Roberts walked through Macy's and opened fire in the food court. He killed 45-year-old Stephen Forsythe and 54-year-old Cindy Yule. 15-year-old Christina Shevchenko was injured. She is recovering at OHSU. They tell us she has been upgraded to fair condition. Roberts then, of course, killed himself. And for the very first time, we're hearing from the first responders who rushed to the mall that day.
KOIN Local 6 reporter Joel Iwanaga is live outside the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office with their story. Joel.
Jenny and Jeff, stories of bravery. There were hundreds of them. These were the deputies who were the first to arrive on scene. As you mentioned, they rushed into the Clackamas Town Center knowing full well there was an armed gunman with an assault rifle shooting indiscriminately at holiday shoppers.
Need a few units for a shooting that just happened at Macy's.
Chaos, sheer panic, and rapid gunfire. These are the brave Clackamas County deputies who were first to arrive on scene, entering the mall knowing there was an armed man on a shooting rampage.
You could feel the panic in the air because I could look down the mall and see shoes that people literally ran out of.
I was the lead to go through the door, and I had two thoughts that went through my head. The first was, I'm going to have to shoot someone today. And the second is, as I go through this door, I'm probably going to be shot.
First responders were literally prepared to die and prepared for a scene of mass casualties. The gunman, Jake Roberts, took his own life after shooting and killing two others.
You're looking at a building that we estimate had 10,000 people in it. This guy fired off many rounds. I saw a lot of shell casings on the floor. So yeah, it's a miracle to me that more people weren't injured or killed.
While mourning the loss of the local victims, thoughts among these officers are with the families in Connecticut.
Innocent men, women, and children that aren't there to defend themselves or have the ability to defend themselves, just the cowardness of it just angers me.
Even among officers, questions of why surface. Violence taking a toll here in Oregon and across the country that has these deputies reflecting on their own loved ones.
My wife, my kids, my parents and friends that were all calling me concerned about it, So what we do impacts a lot more folks than just us.
Another act of bravery. Because those food court workers left in a panic, many of the stoves and the ovens were left on. At one point, there was smoke filling the Clackamas Town Center. Deputies rushed downstairs and they turned off those stoves, pulled out the pretzels, likely preventing a pretty large fire. Reporting for you live here in Clackamas, I'm Joel Iwanaga, KOIN Local 6. Jeff and Jenny, back to you.
Amazing stories of bravery. Okay, thanks, Joel. Well, for the first time since the shooting, KOIN Local 6 sat down with Clackamas County Sheriff Craig Roberts. He is overcome with the acts of bravery among his men and women Tuesday afternoon. His first deputy who stepped foot in the mall says he was literally prepared to die in the line of fire. The sheriff tells us his thoughts today are with the families in Connecticut who are grieving the loss of loved ones.
For us here at home, we have to pay attention to what's going on around the country. Plan for if that happened here. I mean, I hope and pray it never happens here, but the fact of the matter is that it is occurring and that we need to make sure that if it ever does happen here, we're as well prepared as possible.
The sheriff also took time to thank the many other law enforcement agencies that came to help. He believes officer training likely prevented further casualties. Well, as we've been